Hi, my name is Luz Elena Mendoza, and I'm from Isla Bamba. We're a band from Portland, Oregon. I moved to Portland almost 12 years ago, and I had a cat that I just got before I did the move, and I named her Bamba, just because, it sounded cute. And then when I moved to Portland, just like on MySpace, I was like, I want to put my music under some sort of moniker, name. So for some weird reason, I don't even know how I thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, Isla Bamba. It's me and my cat, but I didn't want to put my name in the front with whatever situation I was going through and the Bamba. Totally, for sure. Even though then it was uncomfortable, I didn't really know how to articulate what I was going through, but I had a really good run with my last band, and I love them a lot. It was just different compatibility. I needed to find a way to create my own space, como Latina. Well, Latina, that's always been, right? Eso nunca se te quita, And then fast forward, playing music and Portland, being there for those last 12 years, of course I'm just gonna be playing with anybody that I feel comfortable with. And then it was just five white dudes, and they're really good, awesome people. And I was mostly it just says a lot of my growth in being a Mexican American, especially a woman here in this country, in Portland. There's just a white community. It's not as diverse, So being a Mexican American, raising myself for the last 12 years there, it's been interesting. Now with hindsight, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much of myself that was holding back just to make other people comfortable. It's different now because now I'm being vocal about it. Now I'm able to have validation and to at least take the steps, to articulate what has been missing and what I let other people take away from me without them even knowing that they were taking away from me. Well, it's hard. Well, it's not. Because if somebody was to give me advice, which slowly I found people in my life to where I'm at now, it would have been different. A lot of patience, a lot of community, hanging out with other Latinos, that are also doing the same thing. Because that makes you stronger, because then you all can come together and as a community, of Latino, Chicano artists, to talk to our older generation, to be such a large validation that when we do talk and to our parents and the older generation, that it's okay, that we're doing okay, and that we're doing hard work. It's just different. It's really hard to articulate that. It's two different languages. Yo cuando hablo con mi papá lo que estoy haciendo, he's like, pues no, mija. He doesn't know. He checks out my van and he makes sure that if it's a good van, that means I'm doing good. You know what I mean? It's so weird. He's like, oh, que troca una Chevy, okay, eso está bien. And he's like, okay, you're doing good. It's confusing for him, I think that's awesome. I think that it's about time that there's been exposure of all sorts of people of color coming up to the forefront, because we have something to say. And I feel for me doing what I've been doing for the last 11, 12 years, I've always done what I've been doing, and I've played in white community, white markets, and I've been invisible to so many either festivals, either white community or Latino community. So I've always just been in this weird mix. Obviously it's super in our face, and loud, but a little bit more, and it's gonna be more in our faces, I feel I see it more in my community in Portland, and I see it everywhere, and I'm just super proud. I remember this interviewer asking me, he's like, so how does it feel to be part of this whole Latino music movement. And I'm like, what do you mean movement? It's been going on for forever. It's like, how does it feel for you to be experiencing it for the very first time?